Hello and welcome back to BBT Big Boys Talk. I'm your co-host Joseph, and I'm with my other co-host.
Matt, hello. Welcome to our fourth episode.
Fourth
We're
episode,
doing
yeah.
pretty well
Uh
with
huh.
our upload schedule, I think.
And I did miss last week because I was in Miami con los papis. Pero yeah, I think that'll probably be a one-time thing. I am coming up on a tougher schedule soon with some classes I'll be taking, but I'll still try to be able to do this once a week. And I'll say I did it on purpose. I made sure I said co-host this time so that the
Thank
boy wasn't upset with
Yeah,
me that I was Conan and he was
like
Andy.
I get the respect I'm due.
Oh,
That's
do
cool.
the only thing you're due.
What I owe, what I'm owed.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think our upload schedule is doing good, and your classes, it shouldn't have an issue with that. I think we're doing
No, and I
fine
also
every week.
did request more time off at work since I'll be taking the amount of class that I'm taking. It's pretty rough, but hopefully it'll be good because one of the days off would be like a Thursday, so we can always record then too. Also, happy International Read a Roadmap Day.
Um, I don't got one of those. I don't think anyone has
I
one
don't
of
know if
those
anybody older or
for the
younger
last
than
ever.
55 has one. Yeah, no. Also, happy National Caramel Day. Us here at Big Boys. Actually, are you a caramel friend?
Am I? I like I don't like the candies like the Werthers,
Uh huh. Yeah.
I find that they're too chewy and then they get gummed up in my teeth and it feels weird. I do like caramel apples though.
Ooh, that yeah, I agree. Yes.
Those are fire at the fair.
Those are fire because if they whenever they stuff like gets like in my teeth, it instantly just puts a metaphorical and literal
Pisses me
bad
off.
taste in my
Yeah.
mouth. I'm
I
like,
start
get
tweaking
this
out.
shit out my fucking mouth.
Ruins my day, man.
Also, this one I don't even know what this one means. I'm about to ask you. Uh, Go for broke day.
Go for broke.
I don't even know
That's
what that would
that's
be.
like that well that's a saying,
Well,
right? You go for
yeah,
broke. So
it's like a swing for
I
the
think it
men like
means you go out like
fences.
you lock in.
Yeah. Well, and when I thought
Lock
it
in
was
day.
like I thought go for broke. I thought it was like a go all in. Kind of either you fail big time or
Yeah.
you get your money's worth or do stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, to wager everything or to try everything possible or do every last thing possible in the final attempt.
Okay, good. I did
Oh,
that.
well, that's pretty inspirational.
That is, yeah. I did that
That's
recently
for our
at a
listeners.
casino in
You went
Miami.
for broke.
I hit and I hit. And then that was the first, technically speaking, that was the first hand. And when I went in, I had the idea. Okay, I'm a roulette man myself. I'm gonna put everything on black or everything on a table that's looking good. And if I win, I'm out. I'll be up double my money. And I won that first hand. I'm like, I can't stop now. I'm worried.
Man,
So I put
I hope
a part of my winnings, only my winnings, on the thirds. For people that don't know roulette, basically you're betting on certain odds of a number being landed on when the dealer spins a ball around. And the way I did it is I did a singular third of the numbers, so the last third. It goes from like 1 to 36, right?
yeah, 1 to 36 and then zero and double zero.
Yeah. So I put my one of my winnings on a little last third, a little 24 to 36. And I knew, I was like, well, because if I win, I like literally triple my money. And Papa couldn't stop losing. Oh, sorry, Papa stopped winning.
What?
Papa,
I couldn't stop losing.
no,
I was getting cleaned the fuck out.
no,
Oh my God.
Papa couldn't stop winning. And what I do
That's
is
fire.
after I like win a little bit, I'll like take my money and like, okay, I gotta cool off a little bit. Papa's a little bit too hot right now, so I go walk around. I let one of my friends that I went with Miami with. I let him play some blackjack. He almost got cleaned out big time, but he didn't. So good stuff. And I came back around. I found a different table. I spoke some Tagalog with one of the dealers, and I was like, "Kumusta?" And I told her I was like, "You know, help me win?" And she's like, "Yeah, of course." Not actually, but I was like, "You better deal good." And so I started playing with her. Papa couldn't stop winning once again, and then Papa started losing.
Really?
and, then,
Okay, and then it happens. Yeah.
and then Papa started
Fine.
losing. So at that point, I did the smart thing. I pulled out. So I got that out before anything bad happened.
Well,
Luckily,
I don't know if that's necessarily the smart thing because, as everyone knows, 99% of gamblers quit
before they
right
hit it
before
big.
they're about to win. Yeah,
Yeah.
four gazillion dollars.
And it was funny.
So
I did have the
maybe, yeah,
thought. I was like, if I put everything I brought in and everything I won on just a black or red, basically 50-50, I can walk out a big shot right now. But I chose against it. I chose against it because the tables weren't talking to me. But whatever.
I I can't do roulette, man. I think that you know I can. I feel like if I'm on a tear, I'll go to roulette. If I get a jackpot on slots, I can start
Oh,
going and
uh,
because if I go out straight roulette and I'm like red, it'll be black
yeah, yeah,
forever, and I'll never win. But the last time I did that, I think I've told you this too. I had won a nice jackpot on the slots,
yeah,
and then I went to roulette and I put 200 on it because I was feeling myself.
yeah.
And I was like, red.
Surely there
Uh,
has to.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Of course, what happened happened, and I've never been like, I never really understood the meme that was like, I'm gonna blow this casino up because I lost $5. But that made me genuinely tweak out. I don't enjoy roulette that much.
So I've
Although,
been to Vegas, like actually Vegas, like twice. 2 years ago and then last year. In fact, the friends that I went to Miami with was the same group that I went to Vegas with last year. But 2 years ago, I went with my family, and my older sister gave me like $25 because it was like, your first time you can gamble in Vegas. She was like, go put $25 in something, you schmuck, whatever. So I put
yeah,
$25 down on one hand, and I lost it, and I literally thought I was like game planning on how to like blow up the casino. I was like, if I come back here and I have like a Molotov, they're not gonna check me, right? Like the hotel doesn't like go in and
like
check, right? Like,
yeah, they don't have like glass detectors or
yeah,
like
no, no,
alcohol,
no,
like gasoline and glass detectors.
no, because I
They
was
don't got
like,
those at the casinos yet.
I have to blow this bitch up. I have to on my own principle. I have to blow this bitch up. I was close,
I don't know. I don't know how people spend like thousands.
dude.
I
Okay,
think it's well,
I actually do know how. So my older brother, he makes a good amount of money. That's the end all say to that. But he's also a big time gambler, right? And in that same
yeah,
night where I lost $25 and wanted to come back with a pack of C4 and blow that bitch to smithereens, I saw him win 10 grand on blackjack and then lose 15. I saw him win
crazy.
10, then lose 15. At a certain point, he started cashing out members of the family because he was like, "You people are fucking bad luck for me," and so he sent
Yeah,
us all. He sent us all off, and that dude kept losing. But I mean, like, he's at the point where he gets free shit from them. So honestly, not
that's
even
what I was
that
gonna say.
bad.
The comps, yeah, the hotel comps and the restaurant or whatever. It
Yeah,
actually makes up for it. Someone did like a video where like they broke it down
yeah.
and like dollar for dollar, you kind of do get something out of it.
I know,
As
dude.
long
He's
as
been
they
going
don't,
on
as long
trips,
as they
dude.
don't absolutely, yeah, destroy you at the blackjack
Yeah,
table, then you get a pretty good deal.
it is pretty funny though. Like, I don't even know why he tries to do this. He'll go in with like a limit, right? Like, okay, I'm only gonna be able to lose this much, right? And he'll
Yeah.
bring out the cash so that he feels it in his hands. He's like, okay, I will only like lose this amount of money, right? He puts it down on the table. I've seen this guy get up from the table twice in like with a single night and go get more money. I'm like, why are
Go
you?
hit up the ATM.
Yeah, I'm like,
It's so fucked up that they have those, man.
I'm like, why are you
So
even?
fucking.
Why are
I
you
do
even
that
doing
too.
anything?
I did my bankroll is $500. Every time I go to the casino, I have 500, and then I'll be like, okay, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah,
But
and then yeah,
but I mean,
well,
I'm
yeah,
already
two
here.
Jaeger bombs later, and three to four hundred
Ooh.
dollars later.
Thank you,
Uh,
dude. Because
yeah, I think I yeah,
no one will drink Jaeger bombs with me. But thank you, because you understand, as a classy man yourself, that
they
Jaeger
are.
bombs
Yeah,
only make your night better. Truly, they
well, I don't.
only
Yeah,
make
I
your
don't
night
drink
better.
that often, but Jaeger bomb. Yeah, it is manna from heaven.
It is. It
I
is.
don't get why. I don't get. People just don't enjoy it.
People don't
Like
enjoy it.
I
I don't
don't
get it,
get
but it's like
it.
it's sweet. It gets your night going. It gets your night finished if you have too many. But yeah, so that, and then also I think it's so funny because I don't understand why he did this. This random guy came up behind him. You know what? I guess it's gonna be maybe a gambling episode. This guy came up behind us. This guy came up behind him, and he was talking to him, and he started like smooth talking to my brother, right? I'm like, who the fuck is this schmuck, right? I asked my sister, who we're like watching her, I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And she's like, oh, like he does this. Like essentially, what he does is he walks around and he finds schmucks like my brother,
Yeah.
and he sits
Yeah.
next to them, and he gets like kind of paid out if the people are nice enough. So whenever my brother would win, which admittedly, the guy came up and he started winning a lot, right? My brother started winning like a good amount. He started paying him out like $5 under the table, like the little chips. I'm like, dude, no, what are you doing? What? Like, this guy is not your lucky charm. He is
Yeah, you
not like a
can't
rabbit
encourage
foot.
that. You can't encourage that because there's also people that walk around and like collect the tickets for like 2 cents and 3 cents,
Clack
and they
the
just like
tickets?
yeah like the printed they steal them, not steal them because they're abandoned, but they'll take them.
What?
And so it's just like yeah, so it's just like homeless, not homeless, but
This
low
guy, this
reputation
guy was probably
individuals.
homeless.
Yeah,
This guy
so
was homeless.
that's why yeah, that's why you shouldn't give them anything because they're dirty.
Dude, he rolled up. And okay, the first person my brother like cast out like a leper was literally his own wife. I was like, dude, come on.
What? Yeah,
I was like,
you're
dude,
cut off.
I
No
was
more
like,
money.
dude, I was like, dude, come on,
You're
don't
not a
send us away,
winner.
man. And then he looked at our dad, right, and he was like, sorry, dad, you got to go too. I'm like,
What?
what? And sure enough, cards kept
Straight up.
falling, money kept going down little by little. He turns around to my sister and I, and he's like, "Why are y'all even still here?" I'm like, "Bro, you cannot be serious right now. You
Just
can."
tweaking.
He was tweaking big time. Yeah,
His alter ego took over. That was the Green Goblin
that was
inside of
yeah.
him. That
Him
was
him looking
the
at them double
gambler
aces.
crawling out. Yeah.
Him looking at the ace
Give
and
me your
queen.
wedding ring to sell.
And luckily he's well off enough to where like that really couldn't bankrupt him unless he really went crazy. Which
Yeah.
listen, man, from what I've heard,
Maybe.
he can do it. He can get there. Yeah, but yeah, so he seems fine. He can stop anytime he wants to. Truly, he
Yeah.
can stop anytime he wants to,
Yeah, obviously don't gamble if you don't have the money for it.
unless you want to make it
But if you
big.
do,
Unless you want to
yeah,
make it big.
unless you're not a quitter and you're not.
But okay,
But gambling,
the
fun
funniest
activity.
games, like the best what's it called? Ching ching. What are they called? The slots, but the best slots
Yeah,
are the
the
one with
slots.
the. There's two in my head that like always go crazy. It's the one with the buffalo on it, right?
Yeah,
And then the
yeah.
little Asian baby ones. I don't know why there's so many Asian baby slot machines. I can go around, like I can do one lap around a casino, and there'll be like 20, 10, 20. Swear. I don't know how they keep finding these little babies to make them machines after, but there's so many Asian baby slot machines.
I think I don't know. It's like because it's like exotic or whatever. Because
Maybe,
it'll
yeah.
always be like China Shores. is the
Yeah,
slot machine
yeah.
or- There's
Oriental
a
Express.
really old one. No, yeah, no, for real. There's a really old one I saw that was like Wealth of the Orient. It had like this mystic looking dude on it. It's like, oh, this one will pay out.
This one will pay out.
Yeah.
What's the other
I-
one that was crazy? It was like Jungle
you
Diamond.
talking about- not Jungle Diamond, African Diamond.
African
but
Diamond.
It had, one of the symbols is like a tribesman.
Yes.
How did they get away with this? How are these still here? Why do people like these?
I can tell you why people like them.
It's
I know why people like them.
fun
Because they're fun and they pay out
I
good.
love 88 Fortunes, man. With the Asian baby ones.
Yeah.
You tap on them. Those gambling's fun, but that's not the point of this episode.
Is it not? I mean, we're already rolling. We might. Wait, one last thing.
This can be a gambling episode. This is fun, dude.
Have you been to Vegas ever?
I've been only when I was little. I haven't been there in
Okay.
recently. I remember
There's
for
one
some
thing
reason,
I want to ask you
my
then.
shoes.
Oh
for
yeah,
some
shoes
reason,
are looking real
my shoes
untied, huh?
kept coming, yeah, my laces in Vegas
Yeah.
kept coming undone, man. And I don't know why, but every time I would go to tie them, I would see these little cards for the little strip clubs.
Not even
Aren't
dude,
those illegal now?
Some of them were just prostitutes, man.
Dude,
Some
I
of them
don't
were
know
just
how that was.
prostitutes.
because like it's not just for
No,
gambling.
it's
Like it's
legal in
kind of
Vegas.
family. Well, yeah, it's kind of for like a family. Vegas, like the
Yeah.
city, is kind of like a family activity. You go to circus or whatever. But it was crazy just seeing like the trucks that drove around
Uh-huh.
that had like the strip club thing,
Yeah.
and it would switch to like this girl, just complete like pretty much exposed, just in tassels, and it's like,
Yes.
oh, like,
Whoa.
hey,
They don't have this back
like,
in
y'all,
where we
why is
live.
this parked? Yeah, why is this parked in front of Circus?
The Safeway parking lot ain't never gonna
Why?
be the
Yeah,
same. I think okay.
there's children in here.
You know what's funny? Dude, I will never forget this. Rest in peace to my grandpa. When I was younger, right, we went with him because like one of my mom's friends had a
Yeah.
house out there. Dude, grandpa, no shame. This dude just picked up the cards and put it in his pocket like he was gonna collect Pokemon cards, dude. He didn't even have a
What?
single. He didn't have any shame. He was picking up them cards, sliding it in his pocket. Didn't even like look at all. Did not care one bit.
You steal stuff. I always took stuff from like you take like towels from the hotel and stuff.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, you can. Well, I don't know if you
I,
can,
I
but
was gonna say I don't know if you can, man. I
so
feel like
yeah,
you can
we
do,
have
I guess,
Like
but
New York towels and like Circus City. I don't think we got charged, but that was another perk of Vegas. We got free towels. Did you ever go on like the roller coaster, the New York one, the roller coaster,
no,
or like
no, I didn't
Stratosphere?
know.
You've never been. You gotta hop on those. Those are cool.
You know what I enjoy
I,
is when I was younger. I mean, obviously, you know, there's certain appeals when you're a kid that you can't go to when you're there, right? But
yeah,
the M&M store was pretty cool on the strip. The Bellagio waterfalls was pretty cool. You know, I'm gonna say, as an older person now, Bellagio Hotel waterfalls still kind of cool. You know, still kind of cool. Definitely lost its appeal compared to like a 7-year-old, but definitely still putting up.
it's less. I don't. Well, it's less like whoa waterfall and more like how the fuck is it doing that?
How is it doing this?
How
They're
did they? Yeah, how
wasting
did they?
thousands of
Yeah,
dollars.
they're wasting thousands of gallons. You know we're in a desert, right? You know
You
where
know
this
that, right?
is stupid fucking waterfall show. I think it's cool. I think so. I haven't been there recently, obviously, but like, is it getting tackier? Did you go into like
Mine
the?
did. The one when
Did
I
you go
saw
through
it
the strip?
last year, it definitely felt like you know how like okay, this is gonna sound insane. You know how like there can be like some dogs that do shows in their whole life, where they're trained well and they do shows. It
Yeah.
felt like the dog was on its last legs. You know, it felt like it was bringing out like the blind cataract, left lame, is
Yeah.
lame, left your
Hey,
left
yeah,
leg lame
welcome to
dog.
fabulous Las Vegas.
And it definitely
Welcome,
felt like that.
guys.
Yeah.
Glad to have you.
Yeah, no,
No, because even when I was there, like I would see the stained glass and it was like kind of smudgy and it was
yeah,
like a little dusty, and then I would see the room and it would be like a little peely and it'd be like, eh,
yeah,
and it would smell like cigarettes and it was like
which is
I don't
sick.
know, which is yeah, which
Smoking
is
is fucking
awesome.
awesome. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, part of the reason to go to casinos is you can smoke in there.
We
But
stayed at the
um,
Flamingo, and the Flamingo was pretty cool, only because it had the zoo outside. I don't know how that's legal. That should not be
there's a
legal.
zoo.
Like the
There's a zoo.
Flamingo, there's like a little like area outside with like a ton of flamingos and like birds and stuff. Some like water life, I think. Dude,
It's just okay.
just a bunch of flamingos just chilling right outside literally
Oh,
right outside the casino doors.
is it okay? So it's in a cage, or
Not
they
even,
just
dude. There's no cage really. The flamingos, if their wings
okay.
must be
Do they
clipped.
have a lot of?
Their wings have to be
They
clipped.
have a lot of space. Is it humane?
It's. I mean, they have space. I wouldn't say it's humane though, because there's no way that being next to that many fucking monkeys walking back and forth that many like that day, just be like, look at the flamingo, would be
Yeah,
good for their head. Yeah,
you
take
know
a picture. Does it look like I'm holding
yeah, you
him?
know the tours fuck with them too.
Yeah,
They're like
I've.
throwing stuff
I
at
can
them.
imagine a lot of like douchey frat bros throwing some little fireball things at them, you know, little fireball
Did the
canisters.
MGM, did the MGM or like the one with the tiger? Did they ever? If not, they should. Did they ever have
Get
like
a
a
tiger?
tiger? Oh, there,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure. I don't think they have it on retainer the same way that the flamingos have flamingos, you know. But they probably definitely at least one time got a line up in that bit. Speaking of the MGM, when I went with my family, dude, holy, I one night we went out. I went out with my older sister and her fiance, right? And we walked out to the MGM. I guess we definitely drove because it was farther. So we went to the MGM, and this dude, apparently the fiance, apparently knew like one of the pit bosses there. So we got taken back, and we got shown like the high roller tables. We got shown like there's some crazy stuff in the back rooms of the MGM. And I will say this: your boy bumped shoulders with Adam Levine. I swear to God.
What?
I
For real?
promise you. I promise you. Yeah. I like bump shoulders, and I'll say this too. This is at the height of his controversy, maybe like 2 years ago. I saw him with a lot of women that was not his wife. Is what I'll say. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you said that on a recorded platform forever,
Yeah.
for all time.
I
Okay, yeah,
saw
so Adam Levine, yeah,
with some women that was
potentially
not
doing
his wife.
some, yeah, in the back room of the MGM.
I mean, okay, wait. You know about his controversy, right?
I am just hearing now that he had controversy.
That's oh my dude. He had some funny stuff. Basically, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, pretty recently, it got
Yeah.
leaked that he was, cheating on his wife, right? And the text that came out. Okay, give me a sec. I have to look it up because the Adam Levine like DMs are so funny. Adam Levine DMs, because dude, like the person like outed him. This guy's a comedian. This guy's a comedian. So from Adam Levine, I'll swap back and forth. Holy fuck. Holy fucking fuck. That body of yours is absurd.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I know. Okay, I've heard that before.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
Okay, so that was Adam Levine.
and then this is around that time where, I might have seen him with some night walkers or some, maybe not night walkers. He is Adam Levine. Some people that was not his wife, as well, I'll say. Yeah.
Mm,
But
that's
dude,
juicy.
the MGM was sick though, especially because I got to see all that as well.
All that.
And then
I
also,
kind of.
sorry, we keep going on that too. We got let into like the MGM club because the pit boss was like obviously allowed anywhere he wanted. Free drinks for the night, pretty sick, very sick. I got shit faced. Little John was performing. No, sorry, not Little John. Yeah, Lil Jon was performing at the club that night. So free drinks, Lil Jon, saw Adam Levine, back rooms of the MGM. Honestly, an insane
crazy.
experience. Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta go there more. You gotta befriend that dude
I don't know
yourself.
if he'll let me into
He'll
the
let
back
you in
rooms. Yeah,
there.
you remember me, right? I was friends with the fiance. You know how it works, right?
He's got to play a lot. We just got to start playing a bunch, man.
We do. You're right. We have to go every weekend now. Those
Just have
people,
to start.
those people are crazy. The people that go like that often, that is a level of commitment that I have never seen before.
I could only do a few, like at once, a few every year.
Yes, yeah.
Otherwise, I just start tweaking out because I'm like, I for real lose money sometimes. Not all the
I
time.
for real lose
Sometimes.
money. I for
Well, I
real
get
lose
cooked.
money.
Because okay, so like, you, okay, people play however much they want to play, right? But I personally am comfortable with betting like $10 to $15 a spin.
Yes,
So
yes,
yeah, so that's to some people that's really nothing. To others, that's like ridiculous. How dare he do that? Um, so but that means that you need a larger bankroll because you're going to burn through a larger amount of money quicker. So I do, like I said earlier, my bankroll is 500, but I back in the day recently it was like 750 to maybe 8. Um, so like one time I was playing, doing fine, breaking even, but then I started like really, really losing. Like the machines, I hop from machine to machine. If you
no.
can tell, you can, well, you can feel it.
Oh.
And I'm sure gamblers know this, but
Okay.
you can feel when a machine not okay, it's random. It's a random number generator, but you know when it's like this ain't giving shit, man.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
why am
not
I even
feeling me.
here? Yeah, so you move, you stick and move. So I was just going from machine to machine, and none of them were speaking to me. They also speak to you,
Yes,
which
they
is
do.
I'm not even gonna
Mac,
get
come
into.
here.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna get into how I feel that or know that, but they do speak to you. But none of them were that night. So I was just wandering around playing whatever, and I was just
That's not
getting
even crazy
clean.
though,
Like
because that's how I choose my roulette tables. It's like, come to
it's
me.
vibes.
Yeah, it is vibes. Yeah, but yeah.
It's
So
vibes.
you're
That's
wandering
an easy
around.
way to say it. Is you're testing the vibes of the machine. So
Yeah.
I'm wandering around. I'm just not getting it at all, man. So it's like $80 on this machine, and then like 100 and something on another, and I'm just getting like cooked absolutely. And so I burned through my bankroll, and this is what I was talking about earlier. I went back to the ATM after losing like $750, and I got out a few hundred more. And so this time I was like, if I don't win something, I'm going to get cooked. So I went to the high limit area, and I have this video on my
No.
phone. I might have sent it to you at some point. I was hitting like 50.
Oh my god.
It was either 30 to 50. It was $5 denom, so you could do like, I don't know, 6 credits. It was one of those
Yeah.
real machines. So I was hitting that, and I was getting down to my very last little bit, and it was a Wheel of Fortune machine. And if you've seen it, you get the wheel,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it makes it do the Wheel of Fortune, and
Yeah.
then you spin the thing. So it goes up to like 1,000 maybe, or I don't know, or there's like the progressive jackpot on it too. But I get it, and I'm like expecting to get a couple hundred because that's normally what happens. I hit 750.
That's
So that
insane.
brings me that yeah, so that brings me back up to like a loss of 100 to 200, and then I hit the tables, and then I do what I said earlier. I do 100 on roulette because I was feeling myself because I
Yeah.
saved myself from, and that paid off. So
Oh,
I
it
had
did.
through the
Oh,
night
finally it
that
did.
yeah, I hit it. Yeah. So it's a good ending, but it's a cautionary tale because I had ended up losing $100, but I had exchanged like 11 to $1,200 like through slot machines, and I was like, what the fuck did I just
Yo, what
do?
did
How
I
did I escape
do?
that? How did I get out of that? Because like I said, I have money. I'm comfortable to gamble money, but not that fucking much,
Yeah,
dude.
no.
That was crazy. Yeah. So that's I don't know where I was going with that, but that's a,
I don't know where I was going with that.
yeah. You don't want to
Fellas,
do. I was
gamble.
gonna morph into yeah. I was just telling you my horror story.
It kind of sounds
I don't
sick
want to
though, you
turn.
know. It sounds
It
like a
was sweet.
rush of
It
events.
was sweet, but I was like, maybe your brother was there with me in spirit, kind of
Everyone
watching over
out
me,
now!
guiding my hand, guiding the wheel of fortune.
Lord, if you fuck with me, you will give me that jackpot. Okay, hopefully people that are listening, the two people, thank you to the two people that I know listen. You've seen the video. If I've told you about it, the Lord, if you fuck with me, yo, flip this motherfucker. And it's this guy like sitting right behind like a Tito's truck or like a Twisted Tea truck, right? Yeah,
Casamigos, yeah,
Casamigos truck.
yeah.
Lord, if you fuck with me, yo, flip this motherfucker. And I can't stop saying that now in my day to day life. That like basically any small inconvenience that like happens upon me, I'll wish like the worst stuff. Like, Lord, if you fuck with me, you'll silence that crying baby by any means necessary. You'll silence that crying baby, Lord, please. But yeah, so I start using that a lot more often. I also
That's
Southern people. Not this is gonna be real quick. This slight detour.
okay. Southern people.
Southern people, they got some sick sayings, man.
Like
They
what?
got some sick sayings. So on my way to Miami, I had a layover in Charlotte, right? And as we were sitting down in Charlotte, I took my headphones off to listen to like the intercom, and I hear this guy behind me. I don't even know how they got to the conversation of that, but he essentially said something along the lines of, "You know, honey, you can put biscuits and gravy in front of me all you want. It don't mean it's breakfast time." And I was like, "Holy shit, this fucking
If
guy
you
cooks."
put
This
biscuits and
guy,
gravy,
you can
that's a
put.
proverb.
It is a
That's a
proverb, yeah.
American. That's a genuine American proverb.
What is, let's think. What's the meaning behind that? You know, It can look like it's the right
So
time. You can have all the
you
stuff ready, but
you
doesn't
can't
mean it's
force him
ready.
to
You
do
can't
stuff.
force it.
Yeah, he'll be ready when it's ready.
It'll be ready when
That's
it's ready.
another that's another takeaway.
That,
You can put biscuits and gravy in front of him all day,
but it's
but
less. It's
don't mean it's
yeah.
breakfast.
Don't mean it's breakfast time though. No, it do not. What? But yeah. Wait. So fuck. What was it? Sayings. Oh, the flip of it. Yeah. So that's how I feel whenever I lose at a roulette table. Is Lord, if you fuck with me, you'll blow the
You'll
dealer up right in front of me, so I can grab all that money from her, quick. But yeah. So it seems like you're a slots man then.
Yeah, I know how to play blackjack. I have it on my phone, and I just play it whenever to like learn the strategy.
The rule book, as
But
they
I'm
say.
scared. I'm scared. Yeah, I'm scared to play it because have you been on the tables?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, and like last
Yeah.
year when I went
Okay.
to Vegas, I was
Yeah.
doing great on roulette.
Right.
Lost it all in blackjack, basically.
Yeah. So there's a correct way to play. It's
There's
strategy,
the
basic
rule way,
strategy.
yeah, the rule book, yeah.
Yeah. So if you some people, not all people, but some people on tables will get very frustrated with you and very angry if you don't like play exact perfect
That
strategy.
literally happened
And most,
to the person in Miami. We
yeah.
saw a dude across from him because my friend would hit on like a 16, right? And the dude literally like you heard him like
Yeah.
like
Look. Yeah.
yeah. So
Well, against some up cards, hitting on 16 makes sense. But like that's I just did it. Why would you hit on 16 if you
yeah.
didn't? But it's just people, if there's a table on its own and I can have it to myself, I'll play a few hands and it's fun. But I don't it's just they annoy me. The people annoy me when they start talking about it. I just want
Yes.
to sit there and play my little game.
And play my little game and
And
lose my money or
slots
win my
does that
money.
perfectly. Yeah,
Yes.
I can slam on the screen like they do in the. Have you
yeah,
seen
I have. Yeah,
like
that's
the
sick as
line of
hell.
old people
That's
gambling on
so
the
sick. Yeah, it is so sick to see them do that. I'm so glad that their money's getting put to good use. Because the thing is, dude,
I've seen.
that's just their day to day. You know, like a lot of them are just that's just them. That's just them. That's all. That's all they have left. No more family. No more friends. Everyone's gone. But you know who never
Well,
leaves you? The
it's
Orient
because that's all you.
Express.
Yeah, it's because that's all you need.
That's all you need in life. Because think about it. They
All
bring you
you
food.
need.
They bring you drink. The kind waitresses walk around. They bring
They
you.
can sustain you.
they can
They can. You
sustain you.
can live here forever off
It-
black coffee and chips.
have you ever seen the movie The Percy Jackson and Lightning Thief, or have you ever read the book,
I saw the movie when it came out.
dude? It literally felt like that when I was hitting big. You know, like there's a part of the movie of Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief where
Yeah.
they're in this casino called like the White Lotus Hotel, right? Where
Yeah.
time gets like mishmashed and like he the dude turns around and he's like, I can't believe it's the 70s, bro. And it's like they're like, what? They're like, yeah, it's 1970. It's like, bitch, it's 2011. What the hell are you talking about? So it felt if I could feel the time warping around me as my money stack went up and up. And that thing is fun. It's
Yeah,
good.
I want to stay here forever.
Forever.
I never want to leave.
And I took a psychology class and listen, you know, I'm something of a psychologist myself in college, but it
Oh
was
yeah.
they talked about the effects of the like flashing lights and like the big noises and whatever on people. And part of the demonstration was I'm not sure if this was legal or if they had like if this was just B-roll or something. They had like at least 50 videos of like old people like doing the finger thing, the whole hand thing on the machines, like clawing at the machines. And the whole time I was watching that, I was like, is this part of it? Is this legal? Why are they like showing me this? Like it looks like they're having fun. But yeah, no, it is sick. If you haven't seen the old people do like the finger thing on the slot machines, you got to go check it out because it's
Have you
hilarious.
seen? Yeah. Have you seen them do like their rituals? Like they'll tap on the
Yes,
screen,
of
or
course,
they'll like
yeah,
yeah
yeah.
they'll do whatever. They'll scream or they'll make a little dance.
What's the
I
best
saw
ritual
this
you've seen?
dude.
Yeah.
And not the best, just the most disgusting, dude. This guy, like, okay, you're like tweaking, you're rubbing your hands on your lap and you're hitting the button, so your hands are sweaty.
Hmm.
And then when it's time to spin, he'll take his sweaty, disgusting palms and he'll rub them on the screen. So he's just like,
Okay.
and you know how it feels when your hands are wet and you're touching glass. So he's like,
Yes.
there's friction, but he's still actively rubbing his hands around. I just feel bad for the people that have to like
Either clean or
clean
go
the
after
machine.
him.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
biohazard is like, but it's my ritual.
I have to.
It's
You
what
see,
I
I'm
do.
I'm only down 200 today because I did it so much. And you have to think, at what point do you have to realize, like, dude, this ritual ain't working for shit, dude. I'm down 1,000. Or do you think they won big one time, and then they're like, clearly it works.
Well, it's probably validation. It's probably because they do it like all the time, and then when they actually do win and they happen to be doing it, they're like, "See, it works!
See,
I told you!
I told you it works. Yeah,
Yeah, give me more money now."
dude. Whenever people have like stupid stuff like that, and they get validated, it sucks so bad. I hate being next to people that get validated in their own stupidity, dude. Does that make sense? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that absolutely makes sense. It's like you shouldn't. I know you think you're right, but you shouldn't
Yeah,
because you're not.
just because one thing happened one time does not mean you should be in that mindset. Ooh, people that get validated in the stupidest stuff piss me off, man. It makes me so upset because like all it takes is literally one time. It literally takes one time for them to be right, and it's like I fucking told y'all. I literally, my sweaty hands caused me to win. Thank you very
Yeah,
much,
they're
actually.
biased. Yeah, their bias just takes over.
Oh my god, those people. I feel bad for them too,
Yeah.
because like, not to harp on on constituents too much, but there's no way you can be like an intelligent person and think that rubbing your hands on the glass is suddenly gonna make you win. And whether or not they actually think that makes them win, or just it's something that they do, because there's some things that I do like that, but it's not. I don't think it's gonna make me do it. But yeah, those people are insufferable sometimes.
I don't know. Yeah, like you said, I have no clue why. I would feel foolish if I was rubbing my
Yeah,
hands across. Maybe okay, maybe it's just because we're not dedicated.
winners. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
so yeah.
we don't have. Yeah, we're just not in it enough. Maybe
We haven't hit it big enough.
I've seen people like smack like panels. Like I wonder how much you could get away with before.
Before they just like, okay, dude, chill out.
Well, yeah, before they're like, okay, yeah, like bang on the machine. Come on,
Enough.
come on, breaking stuff.
I think
They're
when it
crazy.
becomes like a no, I can't even say that. I was gonna say like when it becomes like a nuisance for other people, but casinos don't give a shit about that either. Because I'll tell you, like last episode where I said that I'm like we're allowed moviegoers, dude. I'm a loud winner. I am a
Green.
loud
Yeah.
winner. I was smacking hands when I was winning at the roulette table last week. I'm like, let's go! I'm a loud winner because that's part of the fun. Like I could have lost, I didn't, and I'm up some money. I think when I'm trying to think of the differentiation between like when it becomes like too much though. What do you think? What do you think it would be for like when people are like, okay, dude, you gotta fucking chill out a little bit.
You gotta chill out. I think I think it would have to be a combination of screaming but also like tweaking out your body like
Yeah,
wailing around pretty much like
yeah.
come on
Okay,
like okay
that
you're freaking
and then hitting the machine. I don't think like if you're damaging the machine, no way. They're definitely gonna make you fucking leave. And then also, if you start like threatening other people, clearly something's gonna happen.
if this machine doesn't hit
Yeah,
now
this dude
I'm
next to
gonna
me,
get it's gonna get it
some random person. Yeah, this guy's gonna get it. I would start looking over. I'm leaving the table. I'm like, what the hell is this guy talking about? What? But yeah, it's so fun. I hate it, and I don't think luckily, I found that I can stop myself, even when I am winning. I found out that this weekend, luckily. But ooh, it feels good to win, especially when you shouldn't too. I saw this one dude in
It's-
a well, okay, this one dude. This was so funny. You know how also on roulette, there's like you can do it by numbers, and if you win by like 30x basically.
yeah yeah
So this guy, this elder gentleman, was like putting one thing down on each number, and it didn't even make sense to me like a one bit because I was like, you literally lose money even if you win, like you hit, because he was putting like what, like
okay
a $5 down on each number, And
Yeah.
since there's 36 numbers and you only win 30x your amount of money, you literally just lose money.
I think straight up is 35 to 1,
Oh, is
maybe.
it?
Yeah, so well that would
Even
oh
then,
my
that's still
goodness.
losing though.
Then yeah, then I don't know. That's a silly way to play it. It doesn't even feel like you're gambling at all.
No, it don't.
You're being lame.
You're
I
being
don't know how you
lame.
manage to min-max gambling.
You can't.
That's
No. Although
that's weird.
we were saying, I think I've not found the way. What was the concept called? To like just never lose, basically. Never like
Oh,
in the long run.
yeah, negative betting.
Yeah. Or basically,
Um, yeah,
if you lose, you just up the amount of money that you're betting, right? That's like
yeah.
that's
So
the
yeah, once you lose a bet, say $10, then you would up your next hand twenty
to
dollars,
20 to make back the
and
money that
then
you
and
lost.
yeah, and then to make back the money you lost, and then say you lost that hand, then you would play $40 the next one. It gets really expensive, but it's a way to kind of not lose your bankroll
Yeah,
right away, or maybe even make money if you end up
you play
winning.
long enough.
So you've mastered that, you said, or you're
I
learning
haven't
about it.
mastered that. What I do is the people that would want to say that they hate when they see me doing this. uh, And I know in the end I know that it all is random at the end of the day, right?
Yeah,
But I feel like you can math some stuff out because there's this concept in math. Not that I'm a big math guy, right? Called the law of large numbers, right? Where eventually, if something happens at like a big enough rate, the expected outcome will be like close to like what will happen, right? So let's say you flip a coin, right? You flip it 10 times, right? And it's all heads. You're like, holy shit, that's insane, right? If you flip
yeah,
that same coin like a million times, even though you started out with like 10 times in a row, it will even out to the point where it's basically 50-50, right?
yeah,
So like eventually the numbers that like you should expect to happen do happen if you do it on a large enough scale. I was saying that you not that you can guess, but let's say you see a table that's been hitting red 7 8 times in a row. Surely,
yeah,
you know, surely due to
really,
the law of large numbers, it should be hitting black eventually soon. And my friend, who last year we went to Vegas, he tried to do that, and he said he got mad at me because I was sleeping, right, but he was down there gambling already, or maybe late, and it was like a bunch of reds, and tried to hit black, or it was the other way, maybe doesn't matter. And he said for 5 hands in a row, it just kept doing that other color.
yeah.
I was like, that sucks, dude. I can't. You know what? That really sucks. I hate
So
that for you, but
he was
eventually it's
probably
going
up
to
to
even
like a
out.
hundred. Yeah, that's interesting. So, you're saying that uh, so the law of large numbers is saying under like a 50-50 circumstance, that's what would occur.
So yeah. So basically, we can even like do it
Because
like this.
we,
Like
well,
you can say like
I
a 25
understand
percent
what you're
chance.
saying. Yeah, yes, yeah. So even I understand what you're saying. Even chance across time, it will even out to be
Basically
average
50-50.
or whatever,
It might be like
whatever. Yeah, basically
49.9 or like in
50.
50.1,
Right.
but it'll get
But
very
that's
very close. Yes.
okay. So, um, yeah, if it were a true 50-50, I think that would apply. But I think um, the numbers on the wheel are ordered in a certain way and colored in a certain way uh, to give the house an edge.
Uh-huh. Well, I know it's
So
not truly
you're
50-50. Yeah.
it's not truly 50-50. You're at a disadvantage. So across time, um, I want to look up the house edge for roulette. I'll do that later. But across time, the house is going to win.
Oh
There,
yeah. But
it's an eventuality.
that's only if you bet the same color over and over again. Right. So here is like my strategy for like slowly. Am I? Is this allowed to like talk about strategy?
This we're just talking about what we would do,
Okay.
isn't
So
it?
what I would do, right? This is how I would approach like the games roulette, right? Due to like the law of large numbers, right? Eventually, it's going to hit the other color, right? Right. So what my way to do it is kind of like a different version of negative betting called negative and reset, right? So let's say I lose the first hand, I double it, right? Then I double it again, then I double it again, right? If I keep losing, eventually I win one hand. Then I go back to my original bet amount. So let's say I start out with $5, right? The first hand I ever do, $5 for that first hand, right? Lose 10, then 20, 40, whatever. Let's say I win all my money back. Because like let's say I hit on 80. So basically all the money that I lost is back to me, right?
Yeah.
Then I just go back
Yeah.
to my original amount. So I'm not
Your
ever
original.
like the $5.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that way I'm never like continuously like keeping it at a high bet. So every time that I lose my money, if I eventually get it back, which statistically and probably would happen, right? I just reset to that $5 margin. So that way, even if I like do lose for a while, I'm not gonna like eventually when I win go up and do a crazy bet.
That could work. It just, again, it depends on your bankroll.
Yeah. It really just is like how
And
much money can you spend at
how much money.
once? Yeah.
Also, tables have maximums, so if you ever, like, eventually you will go on a losing streak long
Yes.
enough to hit the table maximum, and then you cannot uh, double your bet again. You can't
And
double
that's
your
when I go
bet
to the high
anymore.
roll table.
And that's when I blow up I mean,
And that is when I take out my gun actually and
yeah, start tweaking, man. I don't know what I would do. I would sell. They should have pawn shops in there.
they should. Let's not say should or shouldn't. It would be evil if they did. My wife's wedding ring, the family heirloom.
It would be
They
yeah.
should not have pawn shops in
My
there.
grandmother's brooch. Yeah. Right
But
here, get them right here.
it'd be pretty
Sell
sick.
them now.
Yeah, no, I
I don't.
think it's a grand time if you have money. Keyword if. A lot of ifs happening. If your bankroll's high enough, if you have money to
Yeah,
spend, if you know you're not gonna like
you're
get
not a
cooked,
quitter.
if you're not a quitter, yes.
If you're not a quitter. If
Have
you're
you been around
brave.
like bad losers before? Dude, they suck.
I'm sure there's plenty of people that freak out when they.
Well, have you been around bad
'Cause
losers at
everyone's.
all? Like while you're going or any times you've been in a casino?
I don't. I don't think so. I've seen,
Really?
well, like police cars outside, like, when I've gone to like Phoenix casinos, it's like police stuff
Uh-huh.
going on, but that's probably just normal for them.
Yeah, probably. They definitely have security and police like on site the entire time.
I would, I don't know. I would crash out if I lost everything.
If you lost everything at that point, yeah, it's kind of reasonable. Not reasonable, but I get it. Definitely get it. What's the biggest crash that you would do at a casino? Would you find a way to
I don't
peel
know what
that
I would
muffin
do, 'cause,
cap back blue?
yeah. What's the scenario? What happened to me?
Okay. You're 50, right? You have a wife and kids. Oh, I'm setting the stage. You're 50, you have a wife and kids. Your wife has noticed that, you're starting to spend a lot of time there. And one week she's like, "You are spending way too much time there. It's either us or the kids, right?" And unfortunately, in this scenario, you choose the flashing lights and sounds.
Yeah.
And so she tells you, she's like, "You know what? We're leaving. We're out." And you're like, "Man, fuck this." You go to the casino and you lose everything. You now have no family, no wife, no kids, no money, and your house is getting taken by your wife too.
How far is like the Golden Gate Bridge
Oh
from
my
us?
god. Why is
That's
make them
that's
pay? Make
make them
everyone
pay.
pay. Make everyone
Start,
pay.
yeah, crawling through the cashier window or whatever, trying to get to the money.
Please,
I'm sure
please.
people, not sure, I'm positive that story has played out
Hundreds, if not
plenty
thousands
of
of times.
times.
Yeah.
Plenty and plenty of times.
You know what's interesting that we heard of recently? Our friend told us when we went last year, the mole people, the underground mole people of Vegas. Isn't that crazy? You've
that
heard of
they
this, right?
are,
That they exist,
or
yeah.
that
That
they
they
exist?
that they
Where?
are.
Okay, I didn't know they were. So they're underground.
Basically, it's people that
Like
lost everything,
sewers.
right? And what
Okay.
they do is they live underground, right?
Hmm.
And they live in the sewers underneath Vegas. And there's like miles and miles of underground, obviously. So different people, different factions that live underground will have different allegiances to different people. Have you not heard of
They're
this?
like, no, I haven't heard of this. Are they at war? Like,
I don't know if they're at war, but they're definitely not okay with outsiders. They're kind of like warrior cats. Do you know what warrior cats is?
I have no. Dude, you are bringing up completely new things to me. This is very war.
Okay, Warrior Cats was a book
Warrior
series.
cats.
Warrior Cats was a book series. You know what? That I'm not gonna get delve into that. Basically, yeah,
They were,
yeah,
yeah,
it
they were
basically is
cool.
just what I said. They basically have these factions underground, and they don't fight per se,
Like
but they definitely have like
MGM.
gangs. They definitely have yeah.
Circus. New York, New York.
They
Like
definitely have
those.
gangs. I don't. I'm not sure if it's by
Stratosphere.
casino. I think it's just by like the place you are, like in the underground.
I'm sure they know about it. I'm sure they've sanctioned it.
Oh, I wouldn't say they
I'm
sanctioned
sure
it. They're
they
trying
have.
to shut it down.
Oh, you think so?
No, I know they're trying to shut it down. Yeah, we looked into this as we were about to leave. Vegas does not like it at all. I
Doesn't
would say for good reason too.
really?
Yes,
That's cool lore to your city, though.
that is
That you
cool
have
lore,
an
but these people are
you have
dangerous.
underground faction.
These people are actually
What
pretty
if they,
dangerous, though. Like not
what if they
to
just weld? They should weld them in.
weld them in. Yeah, get some metal in the
Yeah,
close the
it's not
exits.
dangerous anymore. Yeah. Did you guys go to the Heart Attack Grill? Do you know what the Heart Attack Grill is?
No, no, I couldn't bring myself to do it. No,
It's really
it's
gross.
so gross,
I
man.
don't.
I saw
It's
this
not
video
good.
recently on the Papa Meat channel, like Meat Candy and
Yeah,
the Papa Meat, where they did the whole
yeah.
like they basically went to different restaurants like Hooters, Ojos Locos, Twin Peaks, and Heart Attack Grill was on that list. And dude, it looks so depressing and gross.
It's. I thought it was like okay
Oh,
because
did you
it's
go?
novel. I've been there before, like a long time ago.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was at first, and I saw it, I was like, oh, this is cool. But like thinking back on it, it was kind of.
Did you get spanked?
Yeesh. I didn't get
Oh,
spanked,
so you
man.
finished your
I
food like a
didn't
good
want to.
boy.
Well, I didn't meet the. I couldn't get the weight uh, thing.
Okay.
Couldn't get the free meal or whatever. So, but it's great for. Okay, to explain it quickly, it's you wear this gown. It's like a ER room, an emergency room theme
Yeah.
type deal. And there's like nurses and there's a doctor who's kind of weird.
He's pretty weird,
Um,
yeah.
and
This
it's
sounds
a
so
restaurant.
crazy if you don't know what it is already.
Yeah, it's medically themed. That's why I'm trying
It's a
to explain
restaurant
it
too.
to
It's a
you.
restaurant. It isn't a
Yeah,
full-on restaurant.
but the purpose of it is like gluttony,
To feed
pretty
you
much.
shit, yeah.
Yeah, they give you like quadruple pounder burgers, and it's like if you're like disgusting and vile,
If
I'm
you're
sure.
disgusting.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the spot, man.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. I don't know why that place is still.
I could never imagine. Could you ever imagine like hitting up your boys and being like, "I know where we're going tonight."
Yo, want to go get spanked at the
Yeah,
fucking.
the
Oh
heart
yeah,
attack
so
grill.
yeah,
Yeah,
and then yeah, you can try to get a free meal or what. I don't remember the concept, but if you can try to get a free meal, but if you fail, like the nurses spank you, and they're like,
yeah. They put
so
you up against this whipping post. Swear they make your hands like they make you grab this like whipping post, and they get these like paddles and they whoop your ass for like 3 times.
three.
Three
Oh,
times, yeah.
I didn't. There wasn't a beating when I was there, but
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'd want to see. What if he was like crying? What if I'm the first one who's like,
Please stop. I was like,
stop,
I'm sorry, we have to
stop,
do it two
stop?
more
Yeah,
times.
we have to. Yeah,
I'm sorry, we have to do
you
it 2 more
agreed to
times.
this. We have to hit you more. This is gross.
No, it is
There's a
gross.
restaurant there called Texas Day Brazil.
Oh,
It's
what?
like it's called Texas Day Brazil,
Uh huh.
like the country, and it's actually pretty good because what they do is it's like unlimited meat, but it's like good quality meat. So they have like gyro or they have like steak, and so you buy it. It's like an expensive ticket, but
Uh-huh.
then it's just like a buffet of like really
I
fine
think I've seen that. They have one in Phoenix, don't they?
meat.
They have basically have one in
Yeah, they
Phoenix.
do. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a good place to go
That is a good place to go, yeah. Our
compared
friend,
to
uh
a hard grill.
our friend Matt, airplane went recently with his work, and he said it was sick. He said it was actually so cool.
It's really good, man. Should go sometime.
We should go sometime. We should hit up. If anyone wants to join us, the Texas Day Brazil, we'll be at the at a location soon, probably.
I think we are getting to what time? Do you have the time?
55. Yeah, 55.
55. Okay, it's probably time to wrap up.
Sounds good. Okay. Well,
Um,
this was.
I
You know
don't
what's funny? I
know.
guess this will be next week's episode. This episode was going to be about music, but I guess it's
Yeah,
not. Yeah.
if there's a lot of pauses in this one and like ums, uhs, it's because we did this
This was off
completely
the
off
book.
rip.
Yeah, off the
Yeah,
rip.
this
Yeah.
is this was not the script.
Well, I mean,
This was not the script.
I looked down when we started talking about like the gambling, and we hit 14 minutes. I was like, "Fuck, I was like, that's a
Really?
long
We
intro."
talked about gambling for 14
I
minutes?
was like, "That's a long
Okay.
intro, man. This might as well just be the thing we're talking about at this point."
Yeah. It's-
You know what? Whatever. It's fine. You know, we,
but
we
yeah, I'm
we did it.
glad
We
we
hit
hit.
it. We hit it.
The gameplay, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You're probably gonna get Hell Let Loose, which is like a World War II
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
So um, you'll see me fighting Germans or whatever.
Or
You know,
Americans.
yeah,
Ooh.
protecting my nation.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for listening again. This is Big Boys Talk, and we're some big